Welcome to Employment Law This Week. I'm George Whipple. OSHA has published an extensive return-to-work guide for employers. It collects guidance from a variety of sources, primarily the CDC, puts it in an easy-to-understand language by category, and makes numerous recommendations. Epstein, Becker, Green's Bob O'Hara has more.
OSHA suggests that employers first conduct a hazard assessment of their workplace to determine which job tasks or job categories pose risks to virus exposure. For example, potential exposure from customers or business visitors, as well as potential exposure from coworkers. One area of particular emphasis is the use of cloth masks. OSHA notes that cloth masks are not PPE. They are not equivalent to N95 or even surgical masks. Cloth masks can be worn to reduce the spread of potentially infectious respiratory droplets from the wearer to others, including when the wearer has the virus but does not know it. This is also known as source control. Employers may consider requiring cloth face coverings to be worn in the workplace as an administrative control because of transmission risk that cannot be controlled through social distancing, for example. One thing to note is that some states now have differing rules about wearing masks in common desk areas. Even though OSHA does not have specific regulations on point here, they are still holding employers to the safe and healthful workplace requirement under the General Duty Clause. An employer should bear this in mind when building a safety plan for return to work and for the duration of the pandemic. OSHA can assess financial penalties for failure to provide a safe environment. An employer should follow the recommendations from OSHA and other federal and state authorities so they provide that safe environment and so they can demonstrate that they did what was necessary to satisfy their obligations under the General Duty Clause. Employers should understand that following all of the recommendations will not guarantee zero COVID-19 infections in your workplace, but it is the best anyone can do to stay safe.
Thanks, Bob, and thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.